Whether you're the world's best golfer or just a rookie, when you're under pressure to win a tournament, you might just lose your cool and get out of control. Of course, golf is a gentleman's sport, but that doesn't stop tempers from flaring on the golf course. Many pros and non-pros alike have lost their cool at some point. But while some manage to keep it in check, it gets the best of others and somehow changes the course of their careers forever. Stay tuned to find out some of golf's greatest collapses and meltdowns that led to golfers losing their temper. Starting the list with a man who lost his cool after getting a break in a bunker during the second round at the Saudi International. Sergio Garcia has a history of outbursts both off and on the course. The moment he became a dad to Enzo and Angela, one would think we were past that, and he was all matured and found peace in raising two amazing kids. You might see this from a frustrated 15-year-old kid in some high school event, where he'd likely be pulled off the course or benched by a coach or parent, but definitely not from a 20-year-old veteran at the pro level. Garcia posted back-to-back birdies from the second and tried to attack the par 5 fourth green in two, only for his approach to land in the greenside bunker. The 43-year-old was far from impressed with his lie, and would later blame the way the bunker was raked for his ball finishing in an unfortunately awkward position in the sand. When his next shot failed to clear the bunker, Garcia's mood went from bad to worse, with the Spaniard eventually getting up and down to salvage a 5. The frustrated former Masters champion lost his cool as he took multiple angry swipes at the bunker. Garcia went on to bogey 2 of his last 4 holes to post a level par 70 and stutter through the weekend. Barely 24 hours after that sandy swashbuckling, Sergio was disqualified for intentionally damaging five greens. Garcia issued an apology soon after. "I've had some time to reflect and want to reiterate my apology to the fans and fellow competitors. What happened is not a precedence I want to set, and it's not who I really am. I am an emotional player, and that's one of my biggest strengths and also one of my biggest flaws. I'm doing all I can to channel that emotion the right way and be the best me and move forward." The next golfer on our list should have won the Open, but the pressure got the best of him. And what did he do? Well, stick around to find out. Mickelson, 2006 US Open. Phil had won 2 consecutive majors when he stepped to the first tee at the US Open in 2006, in a search of another, and a place in history alongside the legendary Ben Hogan and Tiger Woods, the only 2 golfers to win 3 straight majors. A par was all that was necessary to secure the victory, but on the tee box on the 18th hole, at the Winged Foot Golf Club West Course, he hit his ball all the way to the left, hitting the roof of a hospitality tent. What followed was a series of mistakes more fitting for a golf newbie. His set travelling through the green into the rough. Phil chipped in within 10 feet and from there, putted in for a double bogey. He was set to win the US Open, but within minutes on the final hole, his chances diminished, and he lost to Jeff Ogilvy. Mickelson knew for sure that he had made a mistake, and as he stepped off the course, he said, "I'm such an idiot."
I just can't believe that I did that. I am such an idiot.
Check out the next golfer who allowed his rage to get the best of him at the Players' Championship. Hoffman tosses his putter into the lake at the Players. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass has a way of getting under your skin, especially when things don't go as planned at the Players' Championship. The 13th is a nefarious par 3 with a large body of water running down the left side of the hole, mostly filled with golf balls and fish. You see, in the 2008 edition of the Players, Charlie Hoffman wasn't thrilled when his 6-footer for par crept by the edge. Charlie leaned over with his left foot in the air while attempting to tap it in from point-blank range, and his bogey effort power-lipped the right side of the cup. He had this look that was scruffier than his surfer dude's blonde mop blowing in the wind and hold his... But the next golfer tried to use his club to destroy a golf bag. Victor Dubuisson destroys his golf bag. They say golf could be really hard and frequently frustrating, but you don't get to see the pros lose it like this. Victor Dubuisson produced one of the craziest on-course rage seen in recent years during the final round of the 2016 WGC Cadillac Championship. The Frenchman, usually known for his calmness under pressure, lost his cool as he destroyed one club and attacked his bag with another. And when you thought he was done letting it all out, he threw a ball and even took aim at himself. Strangely, Victor's outburst came despite him equaling one of his best rounds of the week with an even par 72 at Doral. The 32-year-old may have still been kicking himself for a third round 8 over 80 the previous day that effectively ruled him out of contention, or maybe letting out frustration at the difficult Doral course, which has produced tons of 80-plus scores that week. As Justin Thomas pointed out, the Doral course can be challenging, and at the time, you can post a good score on the course, often on the same day. I've never seen or even been a part of a tournament with such a wide array of scores, and I really don't know what it means. Well, in the end, Dubuisson made $55,000 at the Cadillac Championship, so why all the rage at Trump National Doral on a cool Sunday in South Florida? Great question, but maybe this time it should be directed at golf's notorious bad boy, who lost the plot after finding water 3 times on the 7th hole. John Daly throws his club into Lake Michigan in anger. Daly might not have been in contention to win majors, but golf fans still couldn't take their eyes off Bad and his clubs. Yeah, one of them was in the drink. John, who won this tournament in 1991 and the Open in 1995, had his first 3 tee shots head straight into Lake Michigan. His 4th effort found dry land, but by that time, the 56-year-old had had enough and flung his iron as far as he could into the water. But that wasn't the end of the iron, as a young fan bagged himself a notable souvenir after going out on a boat and managing to retrieve the offending iron. However, as he left Whistling Straits, Daly maintained that his actions were intentional and weren't out of rage, saying it showed how passionate he was about the game. "I'm sure I'll get reprimanded for it, but it does show you I care, that's it," Daly said. Although that doesn't sound like the right thing to do, it was more of a reflex than anything. Well, tossing a club into the lake is better than hitting yourself in the head with a putter, don't you think? Woody Austin hits a putter on his head. Woody Austin would probably wish the clip of him at the 1997 Verizon Heritage was pulled off the internet. But like they say, the internet never forgets. After Woody left a birdie bid woefully short, he wasted no time thrashing himself on the right side of his head. His actions would later leave his putter bent to the point of no return. What's more, it left the golf world with a memory that will last a lifetime. Golf might be for the gentle, but when you're under pressure to make the cut, win an event, or outdo an opponent, and some way, somehow, things don't go as planned, you might lose your plot and get out of control. Of course, everyone is allowed to let it all out, but you just have to watch it, so you don't enter golf's black book.